This is a song I wrote called "Praise You with My Strings." Each note, Lord, that you hear be a sweet sound in your ear, a love song from my heart, sincere. Lord, I praise you, Lord, I praise you with my strength.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, once again, The Basement. That's B-A-S-S-M-I-N-T. Right here, about to do an interview with another Detroit bass player. And that was nice. That was a real nice song. Now, tell us your name and what was that again that you played?
My name is Dray Hill. They call me Dray for short now. Not because I am short, but that's just my nickname. Okay, so. No, the name of the song is called "Praise You with My Strings." And,
oh, okay. Now, if we want to, is that you got that on wax or something? Excuse me, I'm giving my age away when I say that. You got that on wax or CD or?
Yeah, I have a few of them left on in some of the stores around the city. Well, I'm in the process of doing just revamping a whole new project. So the stuff the stuff that's out there, that's what's out there now. We didn't take some of the stuff off the line because the Lord has opened up a big door, you know. So anyway, but you can find it on in God's World, Bible bookstores, and stuff like that. And it's still available, I think, for 30 days on iTunes and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, so let me ask you. Normally, my first question I like to ask is,
how long you been playing?
Yes, how long you been playing, and why?
I've been playing. I did the same thing. I started as a kid, like 12. Really, I started on the guitar, and I fell in love with Earth, Wind & Fire, Burndale, and the song that I learned how to play, and I didn't have a bass, but what got my attention was a song called September.
Oh yeah.
And so I didn't have a bass, so I tuned the guitar down and played, and so
play the bass line.
Yeah, play the bass
on
line.
On the guitar.
On the guitar. Yeah.
Exact same thing I did.
Yeah, we got in the bass. So, but I play because I just love playing. I believe I was born a musician, and that's what I love to do.
Yeah, well, it's evident that you are. Me personally, I've actually watched a couple of your videos and listened to some of your music, and and was like, hey man, come on man, come to the basement man, could you please? You know, some people I have to beg to come to the basement. You know, some people volunteer, but some people, boy, you gotta just tase them to get them to come.
Shocking.
Yeah, but who are some of your? I know you say you've been born to be a musician, and that bass is like yo thing. Who are some of your others besides Verdine that just like inspired you as a bassist and stuff like that, or some of the music?
Stanley Clark, of course. Fred Hammond.
Another Detroit bass player.
Yeah, Fred Hammond and Victor Wu. Those are the main four that really inspired me.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Any gospel boys out there you listening to now?
Oh man, I listen. I don't know who they are, but I listen to everybody. and you know, I really, for the first time I heard about Pope, but I saw him last night. That was the first time.
William Pope.
Yes.
Another Detroit bass.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, you know, because when I play, I'm usually reserved, but man, he just let it all hang out. You know? So I'm learning from everybody, you know, and you know, trying to develop my style, you know, a piece from everybody, and so that's why I am.
Yeah, so you ain't finished yet. You still.
Yeah, I'm still developing.
You still developing, and you've been playing for like how many years?
When I picked the bass back up, it's been like 12 years. Since
See, folks, he's still developing. He's been playing for 12 years. It still ain't got to where he want to get, and I don't think he's gonna ever reach that part. To just, I don't think none of us.
Once you get there, once you get there, you might as well quit.
Look at somebody doing something different. You know?
Once you get there, you might as well do something else.
Yeah, keep doing it. And what is that you got in your hand, man? That looks familiar to me.
This is an Ibanez SR GR. It's a 5-string. You know, I started off on the 4-string, and I got encouragement to try a 5-string, and I was like, no way, you know. And I ran from it for a while, and so went to Guitar Center, and this guy that used to be at Lowdown, you know, I forgot his name.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan Goddard.
Yeah, right.
Another Detroit bass player.
Right, and so he was telling me, he said, man, you need to try the 5-string. I was like, no, he just kept talking, and so finally he said, just try it, and I tried it, and I'm loving it. You know, I haven't put it down.
Right now, running from the 5. I did the same thing. I didn't run from it, but I was like, I don't need no 5-string. I've been playing 4-string for 30-some years, and some of the best bass players, or most visible bass players, every time I watch them on TV, they got a 4-string.
Right.
So I'm like, what do I need a 5 for? And just like you, when I got that low B string, I was happy.
Right.
But people don't realize that they could have built that like a backwards banjo, because we really only used the 5th fret, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st of that 5-string mainly. You know what I'm saying? Not the rest of the. You know what I'm saying? So all we needed was those 5 extra notes. You play any 6 strings, anything like that?
No, I haven't graduated.
He's running.
That's a guitar. That's a guitar. No, I haven't. I haven't even tried to pick one up.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your music career, man. How long you been making records, and is it solo gospel or what kind of music are you doing? What's going on?
It's definitely a contemporary gospel. I started off when I actually got into the industry part of it. I started off producing for other people, you know, and so what happened?
Throw some names at us every chance you get.
Okay, all right. Well, these are local, you know, artists, and,
right.
And,
we love them too.
Okay.
Throw some names out there.
All right.
They might need a Detroit bass player.
Yeah. Okay. Eric Dion. You know, Eric. Okay, Eric. Kimmy Amerson. Oh man, it's a few of them. It's about 5 people. John Knight, he's it's a few
that you were producing, and then what made you decide to go solo?
Well, situations folded this way and that way, and then that was the only option that was left, And what happened? Songs kept coming to me, and I really didn't know what to do with them, and so somebody had told me, they said, "Man, why don't you do one?" And I'm like, "No," because I like being in the background, just making stuff happen, And so he said, "Why don't you do something?" And so I did just a one song video, just to see what people thought, and they was like, "Man, why aren't you doing anything?" So
what is that one song video? If we wanted to go look at it,
it's not up.
Oh, okay.
but the name of the song is called "Play for You."
Okay.
Yeah, and so with that, I did my first project was "Glory Belongs to You," and that did well, and I got nominated for an award in New Jersey for that, and then I did a live project, and that went pretty good. And then my last project, which is Trust and Believe, and I got nominated for an award for that, this past August. But
right.
I just didn't get that trophy, but it's
being
nominated for it, and so now Lord has blessed me with a business partner from back in Motown days, and so he just doors are just opening. So right now I'm just revamping everything, making sure everything is really nice and tight, and we just see what happens next.
Okay, so now we touched on it a little bit when you were playing that song, but if we wanted to contact you or excuse me, listen to some of your music or see some of your videos, or just keep up with you,
okay,
and what you're doing, how can we contact you?
I'm on Facebook. That's D-R-A-Y. Everybody always say D-R-E, but it's D-R-A-Y. Also have a site, which is drayhill.com, and Twitter, and all of the stuff. If you go to the website, all that other stuff is on there. So
right,
yeah.
And then we can find you, like you said, we can find your CDs and maybe catch a glimpse of a video or something like that. Okay, now besides doing solo work, do you play with anybody else? You play bass, doing anything?
Well, I play with my church every Sunday.
Where's the church at?
Unity Temple. That's on Wyoming, in between McNichols and Curtis. And so I play there every Sunday, and I'm starting to do a little studio sessions for a few people, and I'm just excited, every day, and then to be honored to, when I got the Facebook invite, I was like, what? Y'all just don't know. I was at home. I was like, my kids were like, "What's wrong, Dad? What's wrong?" I'm like, I got invited to go to the bass players. And,
just so they know, that was me that was Big Eye. I will invite you, so make sure you come.
Yeah.
And guess what? I was just as excited, probably in the same kitchen table, saying, "Yes, he's gonna come." And just as you were, So yeah, thanks for coming out, man.
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions? Because you know me, Cynthia, I don't like to keep nobody all day.
Yeah.
So anybody else got any questions? I forgot. Did I introduce y'all during his? Intro?
I don't think so.
We've been seeing it.
I think we've got that caught up in the anointing.
Yeah. See, you messed this up, man.
That's all right.
Okay, so
is Church House Records still happening?
Well, it's been changed to Church House Productions.
Church House Productions.
Yeah, we going through. We went through management change. So
okay.
So we just went to Church House Productions.
Is that a website that's still? Or are you redoing it?
Yeah, we're redoing it.
Okay. What else you play, Dre?
Keys and drums.
Cool.
But I'm a bass player though. I'm a
Keys,
bass player.
drums, guitar. Didn't I play bass with you once and you were playing?
Yes.
Keyboards.
Yes.
Okay.
I play keys. Yeah.
Small world. I see us bass players. We play together, different instruments. Anybody else got any questions for this fine bassist?
You said you had ran from the 5. I'd like to know why. And the reason I ask is because I've been fooling around with 4. This is the first I made this first 5-string, and it threw me for a loop. I mean, I had to adjust adding this one string changed up my whole pedology and everything. You know, so I like your opinion on why you avoided the 5.
Because I had gotten used to the 4. You know, to have something on top, you know, was you know, I didn't have, you know, I wasn't used to on the E. I was used to have room
on the outside,
and then I have to have control with that, and I wasn't ready, you know, to challenge myself yet. You know, but you know, I'm glad I did.
So was it what now? Were you playing in church when you while you're playing the 4?
Yes.
So did you like detune your E to a D or something in order to because you know I felt for a long time, man, I was like yeah, who needs a 5? But years ago when everybody had a Hammond B3 in the church, you know, that was, you know, and so now it's not the norm anymore. So if you play in church, you gotta have a B string. So that's what made me go to a 5, really, because I started playing in church, and the pedals were gone. If they had a B3, the pedals gone, and
you know what happened to them pedals. He stole the pedals.
You need to buy some strings. You need to hot pedals.
Oh my Lord! I'm sorry that we overdid that one. We just overdid.
You know, I kind of opened that one up, but you know, so yeah, I begrudgingly went to a 5, and I'm scared of a 6. But brother Canty over there, he's got a nice 6.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna talk about Canty's 6. We're gonna talk about John's 5, and the other basses. We're just gonna look at basses in a minute, but and just do a little segment on that. So, anybody else got any questions for this fine basses?
I do.
Yes.
What are your practice times like? I mean, what do you
Practice.
yeah.
Well, it's not what I want it to be, you know, because the hours I work and everything else. So I just try to get time in when I can, and just get away from the kids and my wife and everything, and just go and just, you know, I just let them know, look, I got, you know, this, I need this time, you know. So I might get an hour, you know, in when I can, and always listening, you know, to songs, you know, listening to the bass players, and so I try to practice, you know, my head too, you know, just figuring out what they're doing and stuff like that.
So what types of exercises do you do?
I guess I don't have a routine. I just, you know, I listen to something and then I just, you know, practice that, you know, until I get it where it fits into what I'm doing.
One of the things I like about being a musician is that a lot of times music is physiological. I mean, I play drums and bass guitar, and if I hear something that I like, you know, you start thinking about it, I physically can imagine what it feels like to play that. And so a lot of times you can practice and not be on your instrument. You can just, if you hear boom, boom,
Right.
and you can go home and try to fool with that. So a lot of times I'll practice and not be on the instrument.
Right, because basically, you know, it's coming from here to here.
Yeah.
So
I just thought I'd throw that in. It works for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what some people say. Just Victor Wooten says it a lot. It's like we learn how to talk as babies. We should learn how to play our instrument as babies. When if a singer hears the song, goes in the ear, comes out of the mouth so easily for a singer. The same thing should happen to us bass players. You go in the ear and come out of our fingers so easily, just as easily as the vocals, but it takes practice, and like Dre here, a lot of us don't have all of that time to, you know, practice, but we do still practice.
Yes,
I hate practicing, but I have to. You know, I don't hate it, I just don't like it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't hate anything, but I really don't like practicing.
Don't tell Jeff Berlin.
Yeah. I don't know who said this, but he said, let your practice be your playing, and let your playing be your practice. A lot of times if you're just grooving on that, because if you're just working it, that You know, that's exercise.
Yeah, well, anybody else have any questions for this fine bassist?
How did you learn to play? You had any teachers?
No. Well, you know what? I did have a teacher to find out what I was doing, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just, you know, I played by ear. So with Verndale, you know, when I listened to that song, that's, you know, I just picked it out, you know, and I've been playing like that, you know, since. Now I did in high school. I take that back. In high school, we played. I came from Cody, 81. Hello. Okay. You came from Cody?
81.
What?
Yes.
So y'all went to
know you.
school.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Y'all went to school together and don't even know each other. Now that is criminal. And both of you graduated in 81 from Cody High School.
Wow.
2 Detroit bass players.
Marching band. I was in stage band. Mr. Harris.
2
Y'all wasn't
Detroit
missing
bass
any
players
instruments,
right here.
Y'all wasn't missing
Right here in the house, these guys, 2 bass players came out the same year, and it took the basement, that's BASSMINT, for them to hook up as a bass player / high school graduates, alumni and stuff. So, anybody else have any questions? How about you, Mr. Dray? Is there anything you'd like to say in closing before you play us out a little bit of something?
I would say let whatever you do be your passion. You know, do it passionately, and do it persistently, and you know, doors will be open for you to do what you love to do, and that's what I'm finding out. So you know, put God first.
Okay. All right, and so thank you, sir, for letting us interview you and coming to hang out with us in the basement. And for those, you see me turning this camera around, I wanted y'all to meet the other people that were asking questions. We got in the house with us.
My alumni.
Cynthia Willis.
Cynthia Willis. We also have in the house with us Tony Moe and
Chris Willis.
That's the husband of Cynthia.
Right.
That's right.
A former and yet future bass player. And we also got in the house with us
Reggie Canty.
Man, we're gonna have to talk about what that girl you hugging right there, man. We're gonna have to talk about that. And sitting next to him, we got none other than
Joe Aranda.
the big boy, Joe Aranda. Was hanging out with us at the Marcus Miller thing. I mispronounced your name. I said Joe Randa.
That's close, pretty close.
And
say it smooth enough, it works.
we also have in the house with us
Raymond Wellborn.
Ray. What's up, man? And we also have with us
John Sargent.
John Sargent. And who else we got with us?
Guy Warren.
All right, we got all these bass players been hanging out in the basement with us all day. And we're about to let you go, Dre, but before we go, before Cynthia leaves, I wanted to ask you a question. I just said that girl that Reggie hugging, and most guys, when they name their bass, it's always some she or something like that, right? So I was wondering, do ladies name their basses or call them dudes or what?
I don't know.
Right.
Because this is just, I call this one because depending on the light, it looks purple. So this is my Jolly Rancher.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's a very
Jolly Rancher. Guess what?
What you got there, Ive? What you doing, Ive?
Okay, so I was just wondering, you know, that's pretty cool. That helps me out a little bit. I keep forgetting to ask that question to the lady bassists and stuff. All right, so man, well, thank you very much for hanging out with us in the basement. That's BASSMINT. Could you play us something out, man? Just a little something to, you know, before we let you go.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, that was perfect how you put every single last note in there.